Oh, hi, page 6, you're here. Come on in. I've got Aperol spritzes ready for you. Yes. So this wallpaper, this sort of paisley mural, so to speak, is very special to me. When I had a restaurant in Cobble Hill, on Smith Street, I designed this wallpaper. It was sort of inspired by an orange paisley blouse that I had. And I was thinking, can we blow it up so it looks like a huge mural? And when I bought this place and I saw this huge wall, I was like, yes, this is my kitchen. When I found this apartment, none of this stuff was here. And I was like, wow, with all of this space, we really need to make this more of an entertaining kind of show kitchen. I have a couple of nods to the show Friends in here. I mean, they were exactly my age. I felt like I was one of the friends, like, you know, graduating from college and on my own with a group of friends for a whole time. So the color of the cabinets is the outside door color of Monica and Rachel's apartment. When I'm having dinner parties, and I have a lot of dinner parties, I love to entertain. But so I can be cooking here and set up sort of hors d'oeuvres, nibble snacks, and I can be cooking, or people can be sitting over there and I'm still part of the action. Who are some of my favorite people that I've cooked for in this kitchen? Well, number one being my husband, Stuart. He's my best audience because anytime he eats something, he says, mmm. And if he doesn't do that the second he takes a bite, and with every bite after that, I'm like, what's the matter? You didn't like it? And so I'll never make that again. Forget it. Tons of condiments. You know, I have snacks, I have olives, I always have tons of cheese and little nibbly things. Oh, my seltzer from earlier. A little sip of that. Oh, some chicken I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. You know, pretty standard stuff, but always in a chef's apartment, a myriad of condiments. I always like to have all of my kitchen stuff on display, so that's why I put metro shelves of all my pots and pans and dishes and things. I love antique silverware and, you know, kooky little things, just, you know, the niceties of everything. So I feel like no house is, especially an entertaining house, is complete without a bar. So this is our bar. It becomes more fully stocked every time people come over because people bring stuff, bottles, whatever. And so whenever anyone comes over, the rule is I make the first drink for them and then they're on their own after that, and please help yourself. And the answer to everything is yes. Can you have this? Yes. Do you want to try something else? Yes. Is it open? It doesn't matter. Yes, you can have it. Now we get into sort of the living dining room area. When I was couch shopping, I flopped down on a lot of couches. And this was the one that I settled on, and it is really a great flop down couch. And sometimes that corner is, you know, my Sunday afternoon corner. But generally, I hang out in the Eames chair because I knit while I watch TV. And so, yes, I've got my knitting all over the place. I like a communal space where everyone feels together. So we have part of my collection of cookbooks over here. We like to play games. We play backgammon a lot. I'm a huge backgammon player. And, or when people come over. So we have tons of games and cards and that kind of stuff all around. We just like to have fun here. This is a happy house. Whenever I have a dinner party, I always love to set a beautiful table. I always have flowers all around the house that I do myself. I like to have little tchotchkes and knickknacks around. I love antique things, so I have antique silverware. These little, they're called knife racks, and these are little antique things, and they're all different animals, and so that, you know, when you're using your silverware, you can put them on there in between courses. Whenever I have dinner parties, I think about who my guests are, how do they like to eat. So, you know, it might be like an Italian-American fest, or it might be roasted chicken, or it might be, you know, a big fat steak dinner. But I think about who's coming to dinner and I plan the menu accordingly. And whenever I have more than 4 people here, if there's only 4 people, I sit there because it's closest to the kitchen. If there are 6 of us, I sit there because, again, closest to the kitchen. So, and I like to be the hostess. I like to be the hostess with the mostess, as a matter of fact. These 2 pictures I love so very much. These are pictures of myself and my husband, Stuart. This picture was taken at the Polo Bar in New York City, and it was like when we were pretty new. Both of these pictures are actually when we were fairly new. These figs are by a woman named Nokora Ganji, and she is kind of a very famous artist in upstate New York, where I'm from. Outside of Syracuse. So she does things like these figs, and then she's also very famous for doing really tiny little things, like very small things like eggs and cherries. And this wall is just sort of a collection of things of my life and a lot of things that I have gotten from upstate New York artists. This cow was done by a dishwasher that worked at Cazenovia College, and I saw it in a gallery up there, and I was like, oh wow, it's like a print kind of thing. This is the New York Times printed list from when my book Cook Like a Rock Star was on the top 10 of the New York Times bestsellers. This crossword puzzle is, I think I'm number 16 across, but I was a clue in one of those, so that's why I have it here. This sculpture is something that's very, very special to me. She has been a member of our family for a really long time, and we always called her the Booby Lady. When my sister was in high school, she had a party, and the Booby Lady got broken. And she, my sister very carefully glued her back together, and my mom found out about it. And so then my mom was talking to my sister, being like, oh, of all the things that I've had that have gotten ruined, you know, by the fire, the Booby Lady has survived. And my mom was really laying it on thick because she knew my mom knew my sister had glued it back together. So one year for Christmas, my mom gave me the Booby Lady. So she lives over here, just very serenely, you know, presiding over all of us. So this is really, of all the things that I love about my apartment, which there are so many, my terrace is really my very favorite part. I have set it up like a, you know, it's like a garden or, you know, my own little private Idaho here. So I put grass astroturf down and ivy and wisteria on the walls, a sunsail. I have a table. Oh, here's my cat, Nancy. Nancy hangs out with me out here. And I love that you can see the subway going by. It makes me feel just like it's so New York. And so I have planted some tomatoes and flowers and herbs. And I like live out here pretty much in the summer. I have my coffee out here every morning, and it just makes me so happy to spend time out here. And it's like, it's great for entertaining, and you know, dinner parties and that kind of stuff. It gets a little hot in the summertime, but I don't care. I still come out here in the morning and spend time out here. This sitting area is great for when I have guests, or my husband and I like just sit out here some nights and just have a nice glass of wine and chit chat and catch up. And it really is very, very dreamy, I have to say. So this is the guest bedroom. Every time I come in here, it makes me think like I want to start singing Beatles songs or something like that. It looks very like, you know, all you need is love. This is the office. I had an architect slash designer, and it ended up being like the design part that he was offering me was very beige, and I'm not beige. So he would present me with some things and I'd be like, where's the stuff with the color? This painting was my husband's before we even knew each other. And I had never seen it in his old apartment. And when we moved in here, I was like, ooh, let's put it there because it kind of looks like a window in all of this deep blue. The transom window was something that had been my mother's, and I had loved it for years when I was a kid, and I was like, do you mind if I have this now? So we put in the transom window up top, but when we put it in, I said to the contractor to please make sure that I could take it out again, so when I leave here, if ever, that can come with me. Really, when I was looking for an apartment, I said to the realtor, I want somewhere that is quirky and sort of old. It doesn't necessarily need to be old, but somewhere that has good bones and that's like not cookie cutter. And so when the architect was doing the survey of this place, he's like, yep, there's not one right angle in this place. So everything here is a little crooked, and I think that suits me just well, just perfectly. I think I'm a little crooked, so I feel right at home here. And this is my bedroom with my infamous shoe collection. They are all up top and they are beautiful. All the ones up top are red bottoms or Louis Vuitton. I went through a phase a bunch of years ago where I'm just like, oh, they're so beautiful. And when I was putting them on this big upper shelf, my husband's like, you never wear any of those. Why do we have to put them on? I'm like, they're art. And every morning when I open my eyes and I look at all my beautiful shoes that I never have to wear, they make me very happy. So for those people who know me, they may know that I'm a huge New York Rangers fan. So I do have a collection of jerseys. Ooh, Shesterkin we have. Let's see, Ryan Reeves, but I don't wear this one anymore because he doesn't play for us anymore. Mika Zibanejad, one of my favorite players. Let's see, who's this? Keandre Miller and Chris Kreider. And then now that hockey is over, we move on to the Mets. Switching over to summer sports, I have a stand at Citi Field this summer called Anne Burrell's Italian Eats. Oh yes, don't we love that? So you can go, Anne Burrell's Italian Eats, by the way, section 102, and you can go find a big fat chicken parm hero on garlic bread. There are excellent meatballs with ricotta cheese and dill pickles. There are pepperoni chip nachos. Oh yes, instead of chips, they're fried pepperoni with a sausage ragu, provolone cheese sauce, arugula, pickled hot cherry peppers, crispy parm, and a little bit of ricotta. And of course, some zeppole with cannoli cream. So Anne Burrell's Italian Eats, check me out this summer at Citi Field.